this beautiful Friday evening to a new edition of the Fredericksburg Food Co-op cooking class. This evening we have Maria Martin from Juan More Taco. I will go into that later, and just wanted to ask you to stay muted to avoid the background noise, and also to put your questions in the chat box, and I will read them out to Maria and she'll answer them. Maria, as I said, is the owner and founder of Juan More Taco. She was born in Honduras, born and raised in Honduras. And as she said, that is where the fruits and the vegetables come from the backyard. The meat is fresh and local. The bread is baked daily at the local corner bakery, and the tortillas are made to order. And that is the experience she wanted our community to have here in Fredericksburg, and which is why she opened a restaurant and said, okay, it's going to be fresh, healthy, and delicious food. And in the same community spirit, she also supports kids programs with Downtown Greens. And it's why she joined the Food Co-op as one of the earlier owners, number 191, and we're close to 1,800 now. So we're thankful for Maria. Now, one thing she didn't tell me in the short bio, but which I did find out, is that she actually prepared and sent out over the last year during COVID, 17,655 meals for seniors. That is as of yesterday. And I do have a few questions for Maria before we start. One of them is, how did you get the idea to start providing meals for seniors? And how did you identify who needed them?
Well, the idea started when COVID hit that weekend, on the 11th, when the government said, okay, there is a global pandemic, but there was no rules, there was no regulations at the time. But that Sunday when we closed, I told my employees, next week when we open on Tuesday, we are gonna be takeout only. We took all the tables out. We're not letting anybody in, except for picking up food, no sit in. I had just made a big purchase, and I didn't want the food to go to waste. And I figure everything is, closed. People are afraid there is a pandemic. We're just taking food, cooking food to go. Nobody's gonna come out, and I don't want to throw the food away. So I put an ad, I said on Facebook, we have enough food to feed elderly for 2 weeks. So if you have anybody on, send them my way. And that's how it started. So when we opened on the 17th, that was that Tuesday, we have 14 elders signed up, and I delivered the 14 meals that day. The first couple of weeks I was doing it myself, and then it was growing so fast that I started asking for help. And that's how the volunteers came. And there was a point that we had 7 to 8 routes. We had 60, almost 70 elders at some point. Right now we're at 5 routes, and it's just 38 elders right now.
Wow, that is amazing. Quite amazing. So you did get volunteers to help.
We did get volunteers. When I started asking, I can do this by myself, it's becoming too much. And then people just started coming. And, we got donations of any kind, and every kind. Girls got cookies. We have people sending cards and people bringing, stuff for breakfast, fruits, monetary donations. It was just amazing, the support we got from the community.
I
And
see.
you did ask how we do get the elders. Most of them, the family members send their names. They call and they said, I have an elderly parent that we can visit, or we're too far away, can you help?
Okay.
We have a lot as well that come from the Agency on Aging refers a lot, or they have you know, somebody that is in charge of them. So those people come and say, can you help us? And all the requirement is for them to be 65 and older, or can it can be somebody younger than 65, but if they have a medical issue, you know, somebody that has cancer, somebody that is very ill for whatever reason. So we take them in and we feed them every day.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you're still doing it every day?
Still doing it.
My goodness. What's going to happen when you stop?
Oh, we actually just, you know, put all the paperwork, and it's becoming a 501c3. So we're not going anywhere. I don't see myself walking away from these elders. They're family now.
Oh, that is so wonderful. Thank you so much for doing that and being part of the community.
Of course.
And I was just very curious about that, and I thought you would also like to hear the story. But what you all don't know is that Maria is sitting here and not in her kitchen, is because her restaurant is in full swing this evening. And she made time on Monday, when the restaurant is closed, to prepare 3 dishes for us with assistance from sous chef and a videographer. So the 3 dishes are recipes from Maria, but her son, John, was the director, and he taped it and he edited it. He taped for quite a while, and he made it into a 20-minute video. Her daughter, Amanda, is a sous chef. Amanda is about to go to London to the Cordon Bleu school in September. And a friend who's also a sous chef, Alejandro, they will also prepare some of the dishes. So if you have any questions, again, put them in the chat box. When we come back after the video, we'll play it in its entirety without interruption, and we can answer your questions. Thank you so much, and enjoy the video. Take it away, Chris.
There's no sound.
I'm so sorry, guys. I think I was muted and I didn't realize it affected that. So sorry. So the only thing that's happened so far is a little background music over those pictures. So I'll run it back just a tiny bit, and then we'll L's talking is the first audio.
And Maria was kind enough on the day off to fill out some wonderful dishes for Maria.
Hi, hello everybody. Today we're gonna make tortilla, chicken tortilla soup. It's a very creamy soup, and as you can see, I already have some going on in here because it has to cook very softly. And we have the ingredients. So the ingredients here, we have pork. It's nice and fresh because we want it sweet and crispy. We have the red peppers, celery. You have to chop it, and onions. I like to use red onions. We have carrots, garlic, cilantro, sazon goya, humans, magic powder, chicken any way you like it. It can be just cooked, boiled, or you can get our rotisserie chicken from the store. Okay. We start with our red pepper. It has to be red pepper because it gives it that sweet flavor and the red coloring that we want for the soup. And it doesn't have to be perfect the way you chop it, any way you can, just because, you know, it's going on a pot and then you're gonna mix it all up. So you'll see when I show you what we're gonna do. So when that is done, you put it up in your pot. Then we continue with the celery. You want to put the harder vegetables first. Like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect or very small. You just do it any way you can or you like. And the pot it goes. After that, we can do our carrots. And again, any way you like it, because they're gonna get nice and soft when they're in the pot.
Maria, can I ask what's in the pot right now?
It's just water with vegetables. The same vegetables that I'm putting in here are in there. Then we do the onion. Put everything in there, and I didn't put the peppers first, so that is there. And then we can add the garlic and more cilantro. It's like about a bunch of cilantro. Then we add the cumins, and this is just for flavor now. The Goya seasoning, which is this. We use 6 packs. And this is Maggi powder, which I will show you where the Maggi powder is put away, but I'll show you what it is, how it looks. And then you can come in here and see how it looks. All the vegetables, they're there. Just cooking. Then after that, we just let it simmer for a little bit and we add the tortillas. The tortillas, you can cut them in pieces and then just throw them on the pot because you want it to get nice and soft. That's why it's called chicken tortillas. Then you let it boil for a while until everything is nice and soft and cooked and very flavorful. And then we're gonna use the immersion blender to give it that texture. The last thing we add is gonna be the corn and the chicken because we want that corn to be nice and crispy. And there you have it. Okay. So that's that for right now. Okay, so we're continuing with our soup. Now everything is nice and cooked and really soft. So we're gonna use our very small induction blender. And we're just gonna blend everything in there. All right. And the last thing you want to do is add the corn. It has to be nice and crunchy. Let it simmer for about 5 minutes. The soup should be ready.
chef here at Juan More Taco, and today we're going to be making a ceviche. So the first thing that we're going to do is we want 2 pounds of fresh salmon, and we're going to peel the skin off of it. Then we're going to proceed to cube it. So we're going to proceed to add the spices to our fish. We have our fish already diced. We're going to have 2 ounces of Worcestershire sauce. The juice of 20 squeezed limes. Pinch of salt. A pinch of cumin. Or 2. And we're gonna let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now we're turning our tomatoes. I'm gonna cube them. Now we're gonna chop our cilantro. Hi, I'm Amanda Martin. I am a super here at Juan More Taco, and I'm really trying to this daughter. They were going to be making baleadas. Alright, so we're going to start by making some pickled onions for the baleadas. And I'm going to need a knife and a pan so I'm just going to peel this onion. These ones essentially onion rings. Sending the pickle pretty evenly, pretty quickly. These are really fresh. They're going to stay
sit, the more pickle we're gonna get. So as you're adding apple cider vinegar onto the freshly sliced onions, you want to do about a 50-50 mixture of vinegar and water. But before you add the water, you're going to add in some salt, a nice pinch, and then you're going to add in a good pinch of partially roasted cumin powder, and then some chili flakes. I like it a little more spicy, but if you don't, you can add in less. And then you're going to add in some water. And then you can start if you'd like. You don't necessarily have to, but just make sure that all the onions are kind of soaked in the mixture. And then you just want to cover it and let it sit on the side for a few minutes to start pickling. Alright, so we're going to start making the tortilla dough. So you're going to start out with a bowl of flour, and into it you're going to add baking powder. And then you're also going to add in your pinch of salt, some oil, and then some room temperature water. And you kind of need it gradually added in and eyeball it as you go to make sure you don't add too much of anything into the liquids of the oil or the water. It's pretty handy to have on the side a thing of flour. From our family to yours, we're provincial.
Very, very cool. Well done. Hey, Els, you're muted.
Shoot.
Sorry.
Thank you. No, I was still salivating of all those wonderful dishes that he made. I have to say that the video that John sent us was better than the translation. It was very difficult to get it to share, but that's okay. The dishes were there. I hope nobody is too hungry at this point. But I wanted to ask Maria, what made you decide to choose these 3 dishes? How did they remind you of where you grew up, or what do they mean to you?
Well, the baleadas is it is Honduras street food. It's the most famous street food we have. Any corner in Honduras, any market, any barrio, wherever you go, you're gonna find baleadas. And they're super cheap. They're very versatile. You know, you can make them really fancy with chorizo and other meats. You can add eggs, avocados, whatever you want to put on them. And they can be very simple, just with refried beans, sour cream, and cheese.
Right.
And we love them. You know, we eat those breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you don't have a lot of money, that's what you will eat all day. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share, because it's easy to make and everybody loves them. You know, growing up, that's what I will eat, because, you know, we were poor and it's easy to make and just delicious. The ceviche is one of my favorites, just because it's so healthy. You know, everything is super fresh, super healthy. And it reminded me when I was younger, you know, and going to parties, you go and you have a beer, and that's what you will eat with that beer. Or, you know, you're at the beach and that's what you're gonna eat, because it's very refreshing and it has the saltiness, the tanginess, and it's so flavorful. And I just love the ceviche.
Yeah, that's always available as well.
Yes, always. And there is many different kinds. We chose to make it, you know, with fish, and that was salmon. But in Honduras, you find all kinds, with shrimp, with lobster. There is different kinds. You can mix them all together, and it's just delicious.
Yeah.
And the tortilla soup is just, you know, very warm, and it's something that my kids grew up having. I grew up having that. And it's something that we like to send to our elders as well, because, you know, it's very comforting. It's very creamy, it's very nutritious, and it's super easy and inexpensive to make.
Yeah. No, and it looks very, I mean, all the ingredients are fresh, which is absolutely wonderful to see as well.
Everything is fresh, you know, nothing is frozen. Everything is fresh.
Yeah. And none of it is prepared. I mean, none of it is processed food.
Nothing.
Right. I noticed that. Yeah. So what made you decide to open a restaurant?
Growing up, you know, it was 5 children for my mom and my dad. I was the second oldest, but my oldest sister, she was raised by my grandmother. So I was the oldest at home. So I will always cook for the family, because my mom was working, my dad was working. So I will come, and whatever I could fix, I will fix. So that made me love to cook. And of course, when I moved to the States and, it was just me and nobody else to help me cook, in Honduras, we have people that will come and clean the house and help me cook and do things. But here, everything fell on me. And of course, I had my own family and the kids start bringing their friends and everybody's liking the food. And they will always say, you need to open a restaurant. The food is so good. And I was like, you're just exaggerating. And there was this year, about 5-6 years ago, that my sister got married and she said to me, I want you to cater my wedding. I was like, you are crazy. And she said, no, you're that good. I want you to cater my wedding. So 175 people. I went to Florida to cater my sister's wedding and I did it. People still talk about it. And after I did that, it was like, I can do this. I can do this. And, the next year is when we bought the food truck, or the food trailer, I should say. And we just grew from there. It just exploded. And there is One More Taco now, the food truck and the brick and mortar. And soon to be at the food co-op shelves.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. We do have also some questions from our audience here. Rich asks, Maria, I love the vegan taco entry that you make. Can any of your other dishes be made vegan for those of us who have that preference? And thank you for all you do for our community.
Yeah, Rich, you're very welcome. And yes, we have other dishes that we can make. We don't have a lot of vegan or vegetarian people that come to a restaurant, but we used to have a vegan chorizo. We made vegan carnitas at some point. We also have sometimes I have it, especially if there is a big group that is coming and they say, we have a group of 15 vegans or vegetarians that are coming. So we try to prepare for them. We try to accommodate everybody. So we do have some options. So you just need to ask.
Right, because I was thinking too, the chicken tortilla soup could be a tofu tortilla.
Yes, it could be. It could be.
Because it was loaded with vegetables, and then you can
and
like.
you can make it without the chicken. It can be just tortilla soup without the chicken.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, of course.
So people are saying that was great. Boy, am I hungry. Also, Rich wants everyone to know that the original video will be posted to our Food Co-op YouTube channel. So people will be able to see it in all its glory. We will also, by the way, have the recipes on our Facebook page for anyone who would like the recipes. They were kind enough to write those out. Susan Calhoun says, I just found this, the options are limitless. Doña Tere gave the dish the name baleada, which means woman who has been shot, as a sassy remark to some late night customers. The tortilla is the ammo shell, the beans are the bullets, and the cheese the gunpowder. What do you think about that, Maria?
Yes, I have read that. I had read that somewhere, that's one of the stories behind the name. Yes, because if baleadas, that's exactly what it means. It's like somebody that got shot, like baleadas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I saw a question there about if we have any gluten-free. Almost all of our menu is gluten-free, except whatever has flour tortillas. All our meats are gluten-free. Corn tortillas are gluten-free, except for whatever comes with flour tortillas. And starting next week, we're gonna make our own corn tortillas. So it's gonna be even better.
Oh my, by Amanda.
By Amanda. Yes, we bought a machine, so it's gonna be just great. We're very excited about that.
Much easier. Yeah. So Selma here says, the homemade tortilla shells look so fresh and delicious. And then she wants to know, Maria, when did you move to the US? And what a great story.
I moved to the US on February 2nd, 1997. I was married to my husband for 2 years, and I didn't want to come to the States. So he moved to Honduras the first year. And it didn't work because, you know, he had debt in dollars and he was making lempiras, which is the Honduran, you know, money. And it wasn't enough. So he said one day, you know, I'm going to have to get a job and we're going to have to move. So I convinced him, why don't you move? And I stayed behind. So I stayed behind with the kids for a whole year, and he moved here, and it was just insane. He will, you know, he will come to visit us once a month, sometimes twice a month. And then one day he told me, I can't do this anymore. It's just too much. You know, it's so expensive having 2 houses, and I just miss you all. So I had to pack my bags, grab my kids, and move to the States.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was right. We are richer because of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Now,
love being here.
It was a good move.
Yeah, it is. It was. And, you know, we lived in Reston for a while. Then we moved to Stafford, and I just fell in love with Fredericksburg. And I told him that that's what I want my kids to grow up. And we bought a house. We've been here for 17 years in Fredericksburg.
Ah, okay. Just like us. Very good. So Chris just said he ate like 7 of the mini vegan tacos on Tuesday. Ah, no wonder. Okay, you
Those
fellas.
are amazing. I love those.
Ah. So Rich also wants to know, how late is your restaurant open tonight? He might need to get something delicious.
Today is Friday. We are open until 8, and we're about to start changing hours to our summer hours, which is an hour later. So we'll be closing at 9, probably starting next week.
Ah, okay.
And now we have breakfast. We started last weekend, you know, having brunch. So that went really well. People really liked it.
Wonderful.
And again, we're gonna have brunch tomorrow and Sunday.
So the brunch is only on Saturday and Sunday, though?
Yes, because we're just trying to test the waters. And if it goes really well and we see that people really like it, then we're gonna probably do it all week.
Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. So now Rich also wants to know, what is your personal favorite dish?
De baleadas.
Ah, yes.
De baleadas, that's my favorite. Yeah.
The baleadas. I love the name, baleadas.
Yeah, it's great. That is my favorite, or one of my favorites, I should say. I love the tacodillas, which is a mix between the tacos and the quesadillas. Those are really good as well.
Yeah. I'm so hungry.
So am I.
So I don't know if there are no more questions. We're going to let you go. And we want to thank you very much. As we said, the original video will be posted on our YouTube channel, so people can see it. And I want to thank everyone for coming. And Maria, Amanda, John, and Alejandro, a big thank you for making this happen.
Thank you. I will let them all know. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And look forward to 1, eating at the restaurants, and 2, seeing your products in the store.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Maria, great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Chris.